Hi, I'm Montrese Kristen, and I'm going to share with you a technique to get rid of headaches and neck pain for good. It's a little technique I'm going to ask you to practice every night or every other night for about the next 2 weeks. You're going to begin by placing your thumbs under your four fingers like this. See, I got that? And then you're going to want to place this hold in your soft spots at the base of your skull in the back. If you can feel for your ridge of your skull right here, and about maybe 2 fingers up from there. For some of you, it might be 3. But just search around and you'll find the 2 little soft spots on each side of the back of your skull. And that is where you're going to place your hold at. And as you lay back, just make sure your shoulders are relaxed, your elbows are resting on the pillow beside you, and your fingers are pressed into those soft spots in the back of your skull. As you're laying back, the gravity is going to pull your head into your fingertips to give you the proper acupressure treatment. They're going to suggest that you hold that treatment, just hold that position for about 10 to 20 minutes. But I'm going to say that along with the breathing, you won't have to hold it that long. So just hold it there for a few moments and then begin to breathe. I'm going to ask you to breathe very slowly and in a relaxed manner. And as you're breathing in through your nose, I want you to imagine that you're bringing an emerald green light up through your spinal cord into your heart chakra. So once you breathe it in, just hold for a moment and visualize that emerald green light. It could be pulsating to the rhythm of your heartbeat, or it could be swirling, or it could be just blazing. However you want to visualize this, a beautiful emerald green light developing in your heart chakra region. Remember, energy follows intention. It is the thought that is the seed, which energy then picks up and through its vibratory power creates or realizes into form. So if your thought is that this light is traveling through your spine, that this light is emerald green, then the energy that you're creating as you do this is definitely going to take on that same thought quality and will be emerald green in your heart. The beauty of the emerald green frequency is that it has the ability to bring anything it saturates into balance. Now, if you like, you can alternate this with pink light. Pink light, the frequency of the color pink, has the ability to break down resistance. So if you want to break down the tension in your head or just tension in your thoughts, stress, that sort of thing, then visualize that light as being pink. You can even visualize it as pink and green swirling together. Be creative and see what works for you. So breathing in the light through your spinal cord up to your heart chakra region and seeing it as emerald green or pink or both in your heart chakra as you're holding. Now, as you exhale, exhaling through your mouth, in through your nose, out through your mouth. And just a long, slow exhale, visualizing the emerald green light moving up, flushing up through your neck, through the spinal cord, through the muscles in your neck, the tendons and the ligaments, all the way up into your skull, through the base of your skull, through your midbrain, through the frontal lobe, through all the folds and crevices, the synapses and neurons in your brain, moving through the muscles, moving through any of the tissue that is between the brain and your skull, and between your skull and your scalp. Just see all of this emerald green and or pink light flushing up as you exhale, coming up through your throat, your neck, through your head, moving through your ear canals, saturating your sinuses, moving through your eyes and the back of your eyes, moving everywhere through your head, specifically through any areas that may be tender or painful to you. Make sure that you're flushing that light through that area. So once again, hands in this position, placed against the soft spots in the back of your head, and then you're laying back, shoulders relaxed, arms resting out on the pillow beside you, legs uncrossed, straight on your back, slowly breathing in, seeing emerald green or pink light coming up to your heart chakra area, holding it there for a moment, and as you exhale, letting that light flush up through your neck and through your head. And you want to repeat that about 10 times, just to give you an idea of the rate of speed for your breathing. Just watch me. I'm going to breathe 3 times for you. Visualizing. Pausing here to visualize. One more time, breathing in the light through your spinal cord. Holding and visualizing the emerald green or pink, or green and pink, and flushing. Now remember, the rule is that energy follows intention. So when you create a thought, that is your intention, and that thought is the seed to the way that energy will vibrate. It will dictate the vibration of the energy. And the vibration of the energy is what dictates what form it will take, how it will be realized. So if your thought is of emerald green light coming up to your heart chakra and becoming robust in your heart chakra, and then flushing up through your neck and head, so it will be. If your thought is pink light, so it will be. If you want to just imagine that the light is pulsating to the rhythm of your heartbeat, so it will be. As you are flushing it up, imagining it's going to the area where you're tender, where any pain might be in your neck or head, visualizing the light flushing through, again, your ear canals, your sinus passageways, your eye sockets, just moving through everything, going through the synapses, running through the neurons. Everything that you visualize is your thought, and that is the seed that defines how the energy will formulate and work inside you. So once you've breathed that way for about 10 breaths, then I want you to just stay on your back and begin to just massage your head. So just take your time and start. You can start with your neck if you want, or you can start with your head. But just making circles. This is my neck. You can feel around, and if you feel that you got some tightness in a particular spot, you can actually pull and try to release that spot a little bit. Like that. You see I'm just going in opposite directions. You can do this with both hands, just stretching down your neck, and then rolling around. You have to be in touch with what you're feeling, okay? And then let what you're feeling define what you're doing with your fingers. Think of your tissue sort of like clay or bread, dough bread, and you're just wanting to get a consistency that's nice and smooth and consistent. Okay, up into your head, I would suggest that you start with the edges, okay? And just begin with the edges and making small circles. Again, just feeling for the tender spots, feeling for any lumps or consistency or inconsistency in your muscle tissue or your connective tissue that may be in there, and just kind of rolling around. Take your time with it. Nurture yourself. This is your favorite person. If you can't love you, how can you love someone else that's a reflection of you? You'll deny that they are a reflection of you. You'd have to, because you don't love yourself. So take the time and really nurture yourself. And as you get around the edges, then move in a little bit and start to come back up some more. And you can go through your whole head. And you want to press in hard enough so that you can feel your scalp actually rolling around against your skull underneath there. So you're not just on the top like that, going over your scalp. You want to press in so that you can feel your scalp actually pressed up against your skull and moving around, so that if there is any kind of inconsistency there, you're able to actually move it out. As you're moving through your head and massaging it, you'll feel sutures or joints in your skull, because your skull is actually expanding and contracting to pump what they call synovial fluid all through your central nervous system. It's pumping this fluid all down through your spinal cord and through your the area inside between your brain and your skull. So as you just keep going, moving in, you're gradually coming to the crown area right here. So you want to come around there, and as you get to your crown area, you'll feel a ridge coming around the crown, and then inside that ridge, it's going to be a little bit flat and soft. So you want to just continue massaging, making those circles inside the crown, getting all the way from the edges of the crown all the way to the center. Then you want to just press and release. Press and release. Remember, you're just laying down on your back like this. And just press and release all through the crown area. Okay? And you can take your palms of your hand, and again, moving the scalp over your skull. Not just moving your hand over your scalp, but actually getting your scalp to move against your skull, so that anything that's in between there is getting worked. Okay? Again, like when we wash our hair, we're usually doing this and just over the scalp. But we want to press hard enough so we're actually moving the scalp. See how it's not this, it's this. Okay, so like that. Now, you can also kind of just stimulate. You could do it with your fingertips. They call this tapotement. And what you're doing is just stimulating the circulation really good in your head. You can do it in your neck too. Again, you're laying down, just laying back and doing all this, right? All right. And once you finish doing that, then just begin to sweep. Sweeping up through the back. Again, you're laying down, so you're just sweeping up through the back of your neck, through the sides of your neck. Probably take your earrings off if you got earrings on. And just sweep. So sweep everything off. Sweep your forehead really good, probably 30 to 60 times, just sweeping the center, stretching that tissue from in between the eyebrows all the way up. You can take both hands and you can sweep to the sides, stretching your forehead. And just keep sweeping all the way from the forehead through the scalp and back to the crown. The neck, sides of the neck, sides of your head, coming up through the crown, and just pulling it away. And once you've spent some time, you're satisfied, you've really wiped, just swept away the tension. And you want to feel, again, you're still laying down, you're going to take your hands and begin to feel for your energy field. You have an auric field or energy that is actually expanding beyond the limits of your physical body. So you might find your energy field very close to you. It's in layers. You might find it out here, out here. You might find it way up here. You know, you can maybe kind of see it. I don't know. I can see it, so I don't know what you can see, but I can see my field. So you just feel for it. Go by your feeling. You will. Some people say they can actually hear it. So when they get close, they'll hear like a humming noise in their head. Some people say they can see it. So most people feel it. What you'll feel is like maybe a tingling, or you might feel heat. Heat is a common one, especially over the area that's tender or that's painful for you. You might feel heat in that area. But once you feel it, begin to sweep and pull on that energy. And what you want to do is start to release any stagnant energy that's just stuck in your field. It's almost like you're combing through your hair or moving through water. Just keep pulling it out. And you're laying on your back, so you can start pulling it from your forehead straight up over you. Okay. And after you get it a certain distance away from your actual body, then just start to disrupt it. Okay. So we're just disjoining this energy that we've pulled up here from the energy that's closer in. Okay, and then just keep pulling it. And after you get it out here, you can start to use your fingers like you're wrapping cotton candy. Wrap that energy around your fingers and then flick it. And what I do is I imagine that there is a fiery circle up in my ceiling, fiery circle of light, and I'm just flicking that energy up there so that I am not holding the energy in the room for someone else to walk into, because you can feel stagnant energy fields hanging out in your house, or for me to walk back into, or for it to come and settle back down to me, recognizing my energy signature. So I'm just twisting it, pulling it and twisting it, and casting it up into that intended fiery light circle up there. And I know that probably sounds crazy to you, but I tell you, energy follows intention. So if that's what your thought is, that's what you're creating with your thought waves, the energy will definitely follow it, and so it will be. I can only say try this. It works really well, okay? Once you've gotten all of that energy swept off of you, might find an area where there's a lot of pain, and you will really be able to feel that energy Just work on pulling it away from you, expanding it so it's not so concentrated, disrupting it, or pulling it and flicking it, and casting it away. Casting it away. Then, just let yourself lay back on your back, stay on your back for a while. Eyes closed, arms to your sides, palms up, legs and feet uncrossed, and stay in the center of your body. Bring your focus into your spinal cord, grounded in your root, centered in your heart. Bring your inner gaze through your brow center. So try to hold your gaze right through as though you're looking through your brow center. And you'll notice that it will go off a little bit, quite a bit, because the eye muscles are not strong enough until you develop them to stay in that spot. So if you notice that, just keep bringing it back. It's no big deal. Just keep bringing it back. Gently bring it back. Grounded in your root, centered in your heart, your inner focus coming through your brow center, your crown wide open, and just lay there and say thank you to your God, to your universe, to Prime Creator, whatever you like to call that source. Just be in an attitude of gratitude as you lay there and just relax. And see if you can just let yourself fall asleep. And I guarantee you that you will feel so much better the first time you do it. And if you keep doing it every night or every other night for the next 1 or 2 weeks, you will eventually get all of that stagnant stuff off of you. You will release it, and once it's gone, it stays gone. I did this years ago. I was having big issues with neck pain. I couldn't even turn my head to look behind me in the car. My head was always hurting. And after I did it, it went away, and I've never had headaches again. So give it a try, and please let me hear from you. Let me know how it works for you. Namaste, Hotep, and Ashe, Ma Kristen.